Hey, bless up, fam. You feeling it? Y'all feeling it yet? You know they say it's not a recession, right? It's all in your mind. It's not real. But do you feel a little tight squeeze? Are you starting to feel that little tight squeeze in your wallet, in your mind? You seeing it all around. People are just living like nothing's going on, right? But for those of you all that have self-awareness and that are intelligent and noticing the changes, you're working extra hard, but then the outgo is much faster than the income. I just want to encourage you to don't panic, relax. Y'all heard me before. Don't panic, relax. You got this. Now let's be strategic because it is war. It's a survival war. And you are thrusted in the middle of it. And I want to encourage you to think of things that you can do to kind of mitigate the impact. Things like, do you really need Google Music? Do you really need to upgrade certain items? As things get tighter, just go ahead and release some of these things that you really don't need. Be creative though. Come up with something. Maybe you'll buy a game or puzzle or something else to fulfill that one-time payment for that item will probably save you maybe over the next 3 to 4 months hundreds of dollars. So think about some creative ways. If you're finding yourself where your savings are being depleted or you're living from check to check, day to day, I've been there. I've been times where woke up in the morning, I needed $250 just for that day, or $300 or $400 just for that day. Work through those days. Don't think about all those 15, 20 days, but work through those days. Make sure that you secure your home, the place that you stay, whether you're renting, whatever you do. Make sure you have a place to stay. Make sure you have the necessary things, water, some type of sewage. Make sure you maintain your transportation, keep that fit. Maintain your income, whatever income you have, maintain it. Make sure you maximize every income. Take a look at some of your deductions. Are there some things that you want to get rid of? Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You have to do your own research. Don't believe nothing I say, but trust me, been here, done that. When it comes around shuffling around bills, be careful. Because right now, all of the banks and the lending institutions, they got their sleeves rolled up. They upping the finance charge. They decreasing your balances. Your availability of balances do not depend on paying this thinking you can live after you pay this bill, that you can live off of this credit card, because they're getting very creative. They're watching, they're monitoring your profile. They're seeing that you're struggling. They're reducing your availability. So sometimes you may make a big old payment just to stay alive, and then they reduce your balance down to what that payment you made. Banks are holding, this is my opinion now, but banks are strategically holding certain types of deposit and withdrawals. And to me, they're putting them in different order and not chronological order, hoping and banking that they can charge you some insufficient funds. Some of the insufficient fund fees are being raised, and other creative fees. This is what happened back in 2008. Been here, done this. 2009, 2010, when I was trying to do the right thing, trying to survive, trying to maintain, trying to pay my bills, trying to keep up. But the forces was so great, because it's something about when you either broke or at your last, something tears up, a new charge comes, a renewal will come, things that you forgot that you agreed to, it all pops up, things tear up. This is what happens when you're at your last. But it's normal, okay? So don't be stressed out about it. This is normal, y'all. That's why rich people work so hard to not be broke, because they know that once you start being thin on your funds, every single thing will come at you at one time. Pipes will burst, flat tires, all kinds of things that you have no control over. But understand, you have the fortitude to make it through. Don't be dismayed. Don't let it discourage you. This stuff is not worth your health and your sanity. This stuff is not worth it. Some things you may need to let go. Let it go. Let it go. For right now, focus on the standard things of life. Make sure your transportation is good. Make sure that if you're riding public transportation, make sure you pay as much as you can in advance to keep that from not running out, because typically when you're at your last, that's when you run out of stuff, whether it's food, gas, whatever. That's typically when it happens. But do not be dismayed, y'all. You got this. Write down everything you do. Start building your budget. Incorporate fasting, 24-hour, 12-hour fasting. And then when you do come off that fast, just eat lean. Think about buying things. Prepare your meals. Go ahead and take some extra time and prepare your meals. Go ahead and take the time and iron your clothes a day ahead of time if you have to go into work. Make sure that you prepare. Prepare for like 2 to 3 days, because the worst thing you could do when you come in and things will get close is rush. You do not want rushing and unpreparedness to be your friend during times when you have to get lean, because now get lean is worth it. If you're in a comfortable position, still get lean. Prepare. Put something in a meaningful way. Invest in things that's going to bring you results back. Put more energy to the things that's going to give you a return, okay? But just make sure that you try to plan your days, plan your meals. Go some days with $5, $10 budget. If you're in a big city, it requires a lot of transportation. Try some days. If you normally spend $150 a day, try $50 a day. If you normally spend $20 a day, try spending $5 a day. Cut your costs. Work on some days where you don't spend anything at all, Pay attention to the details, because the details are what's going to separate you from going over the cliff to losing just about everything to maintaining. Because eventually the storm is going to let up, but a lot of people are going to get caught up in the storm. But you have what it takes. Believe me, you have what it takes. You got this. Write down what you're spending. Write down on a daily basis what you're spending. As you get income coming in, have a place for the income to go and be strategic about it. Make sure you maintain your things and your constant needs, So I hope this is encouraging to you all. I hope this is a reminder to be wise, be observant. Don't be foolish. Don't keep listening to all these different things. Don't splurge on things you really don't need right now. This is not the time. This is a time of plenty if you're strategic. Notice the squirrels and notice all the animals. When things are good, that's when they pack it away. When things are plentiful, that's when they pack it away, because they're ready for that next day. So gird yourself up, get yourself ready, be energized and be blessed, and know that you got this. Much love, and keep on growing. Grow.